Hi. I've missed y'all.
Oh, good
We missed
morning.
you.
Missed you too.
Um, so last week we didn't have an episode. Um, we're doing it. We're
Apologies.
we're doing a little bit of a catch up today. First, I wanted to say before we get into my near death experience, um, Mel, I you were very quiet this past week. I turned into you and I was like, is she mad at me? Like why is she sending these one word responses? And why is she not like talking? And I know part of that was because I was sick and I didn't feel good. But I was like, oh my God, why is she not talking? I was very concerned. I text Andrea on the side and I'm like, have you heard from Mel? Like, what is wrong with her? Is she okay?
Oh,
And I was like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like my answer was probably too nonchalant for you. And you were like, okay.
what
Like,
did you
I'm like,
say?
I'm sure she's fine.
No,
Oh,
she just said that she didn't hear from you either. And I'm just like, I'm thinking, are you not concerned? Like, like she doesn't like she's not talking at all. Like I don't see her posting. Like I really wasn't seeing like any stories from you. It
mm-mm.
was like you fell off the grid, and I was
I,
very concerned.
well,
She went to the dispensary.
first of all, I'm sorry for that because I know on the other end, I know how that is, and it's really like anxiety ridden. And so I'm really sorry. I just had a week that I just felt like I needed to disconnect from not everyone, but I really wanted to disconnect from social media. And I wasn't feeling good because I had that awful whatever bug last weekend and it just kind of carried over into the beginning of the week. And I'm finally feeling better. But man, I just didn't have the wherewithal to carry on conversations or anything like that. So it's nothing personal. It's all me and this medication that I'm taking. Well, and my bug that I had. So, but I'm okay. I'm alive. I'm here with y'all now, and we're reunited.
I'm glad. After Andrea didn't give me the response that I really wanted, I almost reached out to Matt and I was like on Facebook Messenger and be like, is your wife okay? Is there something going on that we are unaware of?
He would have been like, "Fuck if
The-
I know. I guess she's all right."
You probably would have gotten a worse response than I gave.
Yeah. So, but no, I'm fine. I'm just sitting here sweating because I'm drinking coffee for the first time in weeks, and I don't have my fan on. So
You
I'm
need to
just
turn
sitting
your
here
fan
sweating.
on.
I don't have any pants on.
Oh,
Just some panties.
nice.
You need to get a wheelie chair so you can wheel to the van. You don't have to stand up.
Well, yeah, if I had one that, could reach up.
And your medicine, like, have you felt like regulated? Because I know, like, you went I think the last episode we were talking about, maybe the two episodes ago, you were talking about how you increased and you were like having issues with it.
Yeah,
Mm.
so I feel like it's kind of leveling off a little bit because my appetite was back a little bit, but I didn't eat hardly at all last weekend. So I think, there's some kind of catch up there or whatever,
Mhm.
but she's going to keep me on this milligram for a couple more months or a few more months rather. And then she wants to switch me to a different medication with less side effects. So I'm hoping that that will
So
work.
just a few more months of suffering is
Yes.
what you're saying?
Yeah. And me being, loathing myself. I don't know. And I also feel like that I'm not, going out and sitting on my patio in the mornings. I'm still not doing that because as soon as I wake up, I just want to go back to sleep.
Mm.
And like if I wake up anytime before 8 a.m., I'll wake up and I'll go, let Cooper out, feed him, do all that nonsense. And then I'll go back to sleep on the couch till 8 o'clock till it's time to start work.
Hmm.
So I'm in this bad cycle
You're
too.
in this like zombie mode.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I did have a presentation on Friday that I had to prepare for and give, and it went really well. So at
Good,
least, at least work is going good,
good.
That's good.
yeah. So, But enough
Can
about
you
me.
can you take a walk? Can you take a walk in the morning when you go with Cooper? Like take him for a little walk instead of just letting him run around in the yard?
Well, that's his, his routine. Like
Whoa.
he loves running around in the backyard in the mornings. Now, any time of the rest of the day, no, he'll go outside the door, use the bathroom, and then come back in because he's a lazy fuck. But but in the mornings, he does love his little trip around the backyard, and that's a long way for him because it's a big backyard. But no, he doesn't like walking because I've taken him for walks and he expects me to pick him up. So he's just a
You have to
weird
get him
little
a
dog,
stroller.
you
Could
know?
be one of those dog moms with a stroller.
I don't think I could ever do that. I really don't. I
Mark
just
my
don't.
words, August 6th, 2023. Mel will never buy a stroller for Cooper.
I didn't
A
say
month
never.
a month later, she'll be posting on her
She,
stories.
her Christmas gift to Cooper this year is a stroller.
But yeah, I feel like some of my depression is kind of creeping back in, and it's just one of those things. So I'll get over it. But thank y'all for being so concerned, and I am sorry to make you concerned that I'm not you know talking or
No,
whatnot.
and I knew it was me because I was like, look, I'm turning into Mel. Like, what the hell? And I think, like I said, I
I
think
was like, damn, she's been home too much this week.
who
She hasn't
me?
been working. Yeah, she
Yeah,
hasn't been
well, and
working.
because then your mind just starts to wander, right? And then I'm just like, okay, I know I'm not feeling well. I'm probably extra sensitive, and just falling into that whole gig. Um, so I'm recovering from pneumonia,
Double pneumonia.
double
Double
pneumonia.
pneumonia.
So
Can we talk about how do you get pneumonia in the
I
middle
don't
of the
know.
summer? How does this
I don't
happen?
know. Now, whenever I was in the hospital, I asked them that. I'm like, it's summer. Like, isn't pneumonia like a winter thing?
Mm.
And they said that they've actually had several folks come in with pneumonia.
Mm.
Now, granted, they're like 90. um, so I don't know. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I have a compromised immune system.
Hmm.
I'm assuming, right, from all of the
Yeah.
cancer nonsense. And so I'm assuming that that's part of it. And then I'm assuming that the other part of it is return to office mandate. So,
Mm.
I've been going into the office 3 days a week, but then they sent out a mandate from you know, higher ups that it's for everybody. So even people that have been remote for years have to go into the office now unless they have like an accommodation. So I think it was just like, and because that started on the 31st, but I noticed that people were starting to come in earlier. So it was like a week. Sorry. It was like a week after I've noticed that, parking lots were fuller and stuff like that.
Mm.
So it had to have been that combination. But I've never been sick like that. It's never gone downhill that fast. So
Mm.
it was like a Thursday. I wasn't feeling well at work. I just felt kind of crappy. And then whenever I got home, I decided to take my temperature because I just felt off. And so I
Hmm.
had like 100 and something fever, went and lay down. And as the night progressed, I felt like death. And then the next day, I decided I couldn't work. I was going to try and work like off and on, but I legit slept all day long.
Mm.
And so as the weekend progressed, I just kept getting worse and worse. And then it was funny because Sunday I actually made an urgent care appointment for like in the morning. But then I was taking um Mucinex DM and I was like, okay, like I don't feel great, but I feel like better. So of course I canceled it. And then at that night, I started getting really nauseous. But
Mm.
this whole time my fever wouldn't break. So
Mm.
it would range it would range anywhere from like 99 to like 101 point something. and it
Mm-hmm.
just would not break. And I had this nasty cough. I was sleeping constantly. So then Sunday night I started feeling really nauseous, and Kevin's like, I think we just need to go to urgent care. Um, so we went to urgent care. He dragged me out. And when we were checking in, I got really woozy and I passed out. So I came to in a wheelchair, and then we were in the back in one of the rooms, but then I remember them saying that I needed an antibiotic and a shot in like my butt so it would get into my system faster. I remember Kevin helping me stand because I was like very incoherent. And I remember getting hot, and I remember my head, like everything going black, and my head just pounding and having a hard time breathing and all of that. And so apparently they gave me the shot and I passed out again. I fell on Kevin,
Oh my
and then I
gosh.
started vomiting.
Mm.
And all the while, like, I guess my sweatshirt immediately got like soaked. They pulled it off of me. Kevin was wiping me down with like a wet washcloth. And he's like, as soon as I would wipe you off, like your skin was wet again. Like my hair was drenched. I
Oh,
ended up
goodness.
having like 103 point something fever.
Wow.
Dang.
And so I was incoherent. Like I couldn't keep my eyes open, and they were talking to me. Kevin was talking to me. And so then they had to take me by ambulance to the ER because I wasn't around.
They were like, this chick,
Yeah.
we don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's
so
scary.
it was super scary. And then, of course,
Then you
after
wake up in a hospital bed.
I was in the hospital bed, yeah, in the ER, and then I actually got like the last bed in the hospital. Um, and
Dang.
Kevin's just like, I'm done with this fainting shit. Like during cancer, you fainted. Now you have
Mm.
pneumonia and you're fainting. He's like, I'm over it. And so it was just, I don't understand how I went like just from, because I felt fine. Like if you remember, I posted those, like I was starting to feel myself. I went and had my
Yeah.
hair
Mm-hmm.
done. I got some new clothes, and I was like, oh my God, I'm starting to feel like the pre-cancer Jen.
Yeah.
And I felt super cute. And then
And then life was like,
bam.
boom.
Yeah. And then the universe was just like, nope, nope, sorry.
Not
Nope,
yet.
we're not there yet. And it happened so fast.
Yeah. That's the thing. Is it just like boom like that?
Yeah.
And then you were in the hospital. Like God almighty.
Yeah.
Mm.
And of all the weeks, because of course I had a release this week on
Mm-hmm.
Friday, and it was just like, of all of the weeks, I mean, it's never a good time, but of all of the weeks, it was the worst week. And I was on 4 liters of oxygen because I couldn't keep my oxygen over 90. It kept falling to like
Goodness.
85. And so I stayed in the hospital, double pneumonia. It was my first time peeing in a like a peeing chair.
Oh
Oh.
yeah,
They
because you
wouldn't let
couldn't
me like
walk to the
walk
bathroom. Mm-hmm.
very far. So that was an adventure. Um,
Makes you feel like an
She-
older person,
You
it
doesn't
should
it?
have
really
been like,
does.
you should have been like, just give me a fucking catheter so I could just go. If you don't want me to get up, just give me a catheter.
It's like you don't feel good already.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to wear those stupid, ugly, itchy socks,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
an ugly
All the wires.
gown,
Yep.
all of the heart monitors and wires attached to me. And then now you're putting me in a pee pan.
Yeah. Well, at least they didn't require you to use a bedpan. That would
True.
have been worse.
True.
Bedpans suck.
No. So I came home on Tuesday, and I didn't know that maybe you guys know because you're in the medical field, but I didn't know that there was like a hospital at home program.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like, by Tuesday came, I was still on breathing treatments and still on 4 liters of oxygen, but I didn't really need like a bed. Like I was
Mm.
kind of like out of the
Out of the
whatever.
woods.
Thank you. Out of the woods. So they were like, do you want to go home? And I'm like, well, yeah, because here, as you
Duh.
know, like when they tell you, oh, you have to get rest, you have to get rest. How am I supposed to get rest when you're coming in every 3 hours to take my damn temperature or my vitals
Mm-hmm.
throughout the night?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you won't let me sleep throughout the day because you're having these people come in. So
All they
they
need to do,
had
yeah.
they had a physical therapist come in.
Why?
I don't know. They had a speech therapist come in.
Speech therapist.
They
That's
thought you have a
just
stroke?
crazy.
They just want the money. I was
Yeah.
getting so pissed off, and I kept telling Kevin, I'm like, I don't understand. I don't understand. And so the physical therapist came in, and she just wanted like to see, I think, my strength level. So she came in once, but then they sent in a speech therapist to watch how I swallowed, and I'm like, I'm eating fine. Like, I don't understand. Why are you here? And so she
Yeah.
had to watch me drink, eat pears, eat a graham cracker. And apparently it was just to see my oxygen levels because, like, as you're talking or if you're eating, then of
Eating.
course you're not breathing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it made sense, but I was still really irritated by it.
Yeah.
I would have been like,
So
here's your graham cracker.
the only thing that I'm thinking of is this is going to cost me a fortune.
Uh,
And that's a
uh,
shame that, you're laying in the hospital bed and that's what you're thinking about.
right. Uh,
Yeah. I mean, that's just you should be able
Like
you
the
shouldn't
ambulance
have to think
alone, I have
about
no
that.
idea how much an ambulance costs.
mm,
Back in the day, whenever I rode one, it was like $500, but that was in 2007 or 8. I don't know.
Well, hopefully it's by
mm,
miles because I don't live very far. They didn't go very far, but um, I don't know. It was just
probably like $300. But your insurance should cover some of that. It's not like you
I
called
should
them.
have
It's not like you
already
called them willingly.
no, I should have already met my probably my deductible. So
Oh,
I'm
I'm sure.
hoping that um that's fine. But it was just but the at-home care was very very good except for the last guy. The last guy so they brought like I still have the oxygen tank here. So they like met us here. They set up this huge ass oxygen thing. I had oxygen hoses going all throughout the first floor here so I could just roam around. And then of course breathing treatments and stuff like that. And everybody was super super nice. Except for the last guy. The last guy was looking at the pictures on like the family pictures on the wall and he was like, so what do you all do? You guys look like a bunch of geeks.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And
And I just like I was here by myself with him and it was just kind of like I was kind of taken aback and you know how like it's like that uncomfortable laugh kind of
Yeah.
thing. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And so he repeated it and he's like, so what do you all do? And I just like gave him a very high level. And he's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. He said, these are your kids. And I said, yeah. And he said, your kids look like they would be like researching how to make like, bombs and shit. He didn't say
oh,
bombs,
okay.
but it was like
What
that
the
kind of stuff. And I'm just like,
what the fuck are
can
you?
you hurry up and get out of my house? Like I was very
Oh,
uncomfortable. And
God.
he noticed like the shirt that Kevin was wearing in the picture and he had comments. And whenever Kevin got home, I told him and he's like, I don't like that. He said he was paying attention,
Yeah.
like way too much attention. Like he should have been here focusing on you, but he's like looking around and
Mm,
Yeah.
it was very uncomfortable.
I don't like that either. God, that's
it's
just
weird
that is weird bedside manner, but it's also weird in general.
in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd expect that shit from like your cable guy because he's a fucking nerd and he's hooking up your cable, but like not the guy coming and administering your oxygen and
No.
whatever else they're doing.
The cable guy.
Yeah, so I had like my IV, my oxygen, everything like that. I still have a hard time breathing, as you can tell. Um, but I feel way better than I did.
At least you're alive.
Mm-hmm. You look good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Look
Thanks.
real good today. I love your
Thanks.
hair.
Your hair looks awesome.
Thanks.
It's really growing in.
Yeah.
It is. And it's getting to the point where like I have one of those Revlon blow dry brushes
Yeah.
things.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it like it's still like coarse to touch, but it like lays nice and
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
um it doesn't look like I'm, you know, put my
Was
finger in
was your
a
hair
light
that thick
socket.
when before the chemo? Oh, she's gonna die on us now.
Get your machine.
Yeah, it was thick. It's
Okay.
it's like I don't have my hair. It's weird. It's thin, but I have so much of it that it's thick that it gives the impression that it's thick.
Hmm.
Oh,
Then
okay.
this, what I have now is coarse. I mean it's getting better because the dry like she cut off a lot of like the chemo part at
Mm-hmm.
the ends, and so this like up here at the roots it's nice and soft and then you can feel the texture difference.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
But so I just keep putting like oil and stuff on my hair and I only wash it once a week.
Mm-hmm.
um
But if you keep maintaining it too, that it's
yeah.
just gonna grow so much faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she really bleached it this time. Like whenever I went to get my hair done the first time, I had her do a full set, but not go as blonde because I was like, oh my God, what if my hair falls out? Because it
Yeah.
was so dry, right?
Yeah.
And so, but it took really well. So then I was like, okay, so this time let's do a partial, but let's go back to my like, you know, because I almost get like almost gray hair
Yeah.
rather than blonde. But I don't know. It feels
Yeah.
good trying to, feels good just to like look, you know, human again.
Yeah. Which there's nothing wrong with your curly hair either. But I understand, where you're coming from. Not that
Well,
I have much,
Especially she
I
can be.
can't talk about hair right now. I
but that's
just
kind
can't.
of like your trademark.
A little bit, yeah.
We should
My
put like,
You're shing.
on one of our, so since we're starting this merch store, we should have like a silhouette of your hair like that and just have it on like a t-shirt.
I
And then
like that.
have like this or that
Yeah.
underneath it. Because that's what you all, or this,
This,
that, and
that,
the
and the
other.
other.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, yes, we have merch. So somebody needs to
Get
talk
on the
about that.
merch.
Yeah. We'll keep adding things.
Yeah. What do we have? We have a crop top sweatshirt, we have a coffee mug, and a
Journal.
journal. Yep.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm gonna be getting all of those.
Oh, and I added a tumbler for you, Andrea. I
Oh,
did that this morning. So there's a
nice.
tumbler with a
I'll
straw.
Nice.
It's only hand
check that
washed
out.
though. You can't put it in the dishwasher.
All of mine are hand washed and I put them in the dishwasher, so
Well, you better think twice about that with this one.
I'll just buy another one.
Actually, I take it back. The one that I did is dishwasher safe. I was trying to do one with a straw for you, but it wouldn't let me do it for whatever reason. It kept
Oh.
saying technical difficulties. So I did the other one.
He's like, "Are you sure she can suck?"
Don't get me started on stuff like that this morning.
Oh,
So
why?
Look, she's so innocent. She's twirling her hair.
Why? Why not?
I went and got my wax done the other day.
Oh, how'd that
Oh,
go?
nice. Uh-oh.
She
How
gave
was
me
the
a
boil?
Oh, well,
Oh,
it was like magically gone.
Nice.
Yeah. But she gave me a blowjob twice.
God.
That
Because it hurt so bad?
no, it was so hot when she put it on there. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And so she was like cooling it down.
Oh my gosh. Did you guys look at that hair
blew you
removal thing
twice.
on TikTok?
Yeah, and
I don't know about what is it, a
I don't
laser?
know.
It's a laser.
Yeah,
I
and
totally thought of y'all because I don't know, for whatever reason, it shows up in my feed like,
FYP, yeah.
constantly.
Mhm.
And everybody's like, there was one gal that has like, you know, a lot of facial hair, and she was talking about how she goes to bed. Like she'll shave and then she goes to bed and then she always already has like stubbles. And I immediately
Ugh,
thought of you, Mel. And
yeah.
I was like, man, for like $300, is $300 for this laser removal cheaper than like waxing and something you could do at home?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
because
know.
it's eventually permanent. I mean, I don't know
Right.
how long you have to do it, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they do it at you can go to your dermatologist and they'll do it over time. I don't
I
know how
bet you
much
that's
that
more than
I
costs.
bet that's
Well,
$300.
yeah,
expensive.
Dermatologists are expensive anyway.
No, I don't know
but I
what
mean,
the
you have a
lasting.
medical professional doing it versus me trying to not electrocute myself in the bathroom.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Looks
lasting effects are.
Yeah, it looks really intriguing, and I've looked at them several times, but I have never looked at the price because I was like, no, I don't know if I can afford that. But
But didn't you say when like for your wedding you got like a full body and wasn't it like it was like super pricey, right?
it was, yeah, it was because like my Brazilian alone, and I've just been getting like half Brazilian and not doing the butt crack because that hurts so bad. It cost me $85.
What?
Mm-hmm. And then my
For
my
just the front?
yeah, the front, like
The
full on
fuck you go?
the front.
Oh, you go to your friend though.
Yeah. And then my face is always 25.
Damn.
So, but she really does my full face. She'll wax my cheeks and then does my eyebrows and my mustache and then my whole gullet here.
She put like a full mask on you and then just
That would be nice. That would be nice. Just she should just do all that. I thought
Have
about
you
getting
ever
her to do my nose hairs.
I was gonna ask if you've ever had that done. I mean, I've seen videos of like guys doing it where it's just terrible because
No.
obviously guys have way more hair going on up there, but
I don't know. I'm hairy like a man.
your nose
They're there
hairs are
for a
there for a
reason.
purpose.
Yeah. I just have to trim mine every so often. You know how you get those wild ones. But yeah, I thought about that. I'm like, I wonder how bad that would hurt. And I know it would bring tears to my eyes just having that wax
Yeah.
up there and then, you know, so I just can't. No. But
Mm-mm.
but yeah, I had an adventurous waxing the other day.
I have to go. I haven't been in a while. I haven't had the additional funds to be doing things like that.
Right.
But I do want to do my legs again. Although it did hurt. I'm so fucking tired of shaving my legs right now.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I
But
need to get my eyebrows threaded. I found a place that'll do the threading, so I have to just go.
well, you need to do it. Put it
I
on the
know.
books.
I know. I'll do it in September probably before we go on our trip.
So yeah,
So
so what's upcoming in our lives? I have a trip over Labor Day weekend to Nashville for a college football game and and then just, hanging out in Nashville for a few days. So that should be fun. Um and then you've got a trip in September where
Well,
you're going to Vegas?
well, first of all, my entire family decided to tell me the other day that they're coming to visit the end of the month in
Oh.
August, which
Oh.
means that my house needs to be deep cleaned several times before then. Um, I need to wash my carpets because they're gross.
Yeah.
Um, so I need to work on that. And then in September we're going to Las Vegas for our anniversary. So we have a few days,
Nice.
we have a few things planned. We're gonna go out to the Grand Canyon and see that kind of stuff.
that'll
Nice.
be
Do that
nice.
touristy stuff.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
have a fantastic meal. We haven't decided what restaurant we're gonna go to. We've been thinking about going to Hell's Kitchen.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, so we'll go from there.
Get you a big old fat stack of ribs that you can finish.
Oh no, if I go to Hell's Kitchen, I'll probably get the a signature dish like the beef Wellington or
Yeah, that's what
something.
I was
Oh
thinking. Yeah,
yeah.
with
Mm-hmm.
risotto.
Mm,
Oh, that sounds good.
mm,
Sounds really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
What you got coming up, Jen? Just wedding?
So bonus daughter's coming into town next weekend. So I'll probably push out the wedding dress fitting until the weekend after that.
What
Um,
weekend would that be? Is that the last weekend of August then?
She's coming in. No, so the weekend of the weekend of the 19th. So she comes in next weekend, and then I have to move Gabe to school on the 18th. Then probably that weekend is when I'll go, and I have to probably do the wedding dress then. And then my mom invited Kevin and I to they're going to the beach, not Labor Day weekend, but the following weekend for a week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go down. I think that's what the week of yeah, she
The
leaves the
10th,
8th.
11th, or yeah, something like that.
So we're gonna go to the beach leave that Friday, come home Sunday, and because she has 2-bedroom place, so we get to
Nice.
basically go for free.
Nice.
So we're gonna go down to Myrtle and North Myrtle and stay with her, and
Well, shit, maybe we'll take a drive up.
there you go. You should.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
So it'll be fun
Mm-hmm.
because we
You don't have
haven't
to
really
tell,
been
send me the
away.
deets.
Yeah, we haven't been away that recent. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we
Just
haven't
to
been
get away
away
for the
since our
weekend.
honeymoon. So, we haven't taken any trips. I took a trip over the summer,
Yeah.
which to San Antonio, but we haven't taken anything together since, because he had to go through
Mm.
all of his chemo and
Mm-hmm.
everything like that. So, this Nashville trip is our big vacation of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to try to later in the fall, we've got the wedding to go to, but we really want to go to the beach for a couple of days. So we might, anniversary time, try to go to the beach for
Mm-hmm.
just 2 days. I
I
really want to
love
see
going to
the
the beach
ocean.
off season.
Yeah. Yeah. And still in October, it still feels really darn good.
Yeah.
I just say that it's been insanely hot, and very muggy the last couple of weeks, and all I see is these girls wearing, their little short shorts and these freaking knee-high cowboy boots.
Oh,
And it's like, uh, aren't your feet like sweating to death? Like I would not want to have to take those off because it's got to be gross.
well, I have
Yeah.
regular size cowboy boots. I don't have knee high ones, but I was still thinking about wearing them to Nashville that weekend, with cut off shorts or something, and boots. But then I'm like, God, that's gonna be so freaking hot. It's just gonna be so hot, and I'm gonna take them with me because we're driving, we're not flying, so I don't have any weight restrictions or whatever. But
You can
I
wear
don't
them
know.
maybe like at nighttime, like if you go out to dinner or something.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm
yeah.
Yeah,
always
these
just
are people
thinking,
wearing them in like the middle of the day, like just walking on the street. Like, why? Like, it's got to be so gross inside. Ugh.
my brain goes to like comfort also though. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to like have so many shoes that are nice shoes, but I I used to words are so hard. I used to wear shoes based off of like how cute they were, and
Yep.
I would just
Hmm.
suffer through it.
Mhm.
Now I'm just like, I don't care. I need my feet like to be okay and not scream at me 5 minutes into
Hmm.
the walk.
Yep.
And so that's where my brain goes. It's like, how do you walk in those
Mhm. My
all
cowboy
day
boots are
long?
really comfy though. Like I've broken them in, they're really comfy. Because I've worn them to work all day, and I've worn them around the house, so I could get them broken in, but they're comfy. But I
Well, that's
know
the
what
key.
you
That's the
mean. I
key
mean,
word. You spent time breaking them in. See, I don't have that kind of time or patience.
I had
I
to
don't
do
have the
that
I
with my
desire.
wedding shoes.
I
I
want to
had
wear shoes and do you know how long I wore my wedding shoes? So my wedding shoes I paid $150 for because they were silver and I was gonna dye them anyway. So I cheaped out. I bought a silver pair that was on discount. They dyed them navy blue and I wore them straight up just for the ceremony. And
Mhm.
immediately as we got in the limo afterwards, I had special flip-flops for the
Yeah.
day and those became my shoes for the rest of the day.
Well, I had those and they don't work. I will tell you this right now. The heel covers that go on your heels, mine broke whenever I was going down the aisle. Mine broke.
Mm.
They
Oh,
went through it and I could feel it. And so, they just didn't work. But I wore mine throughout getting the pictures made and stuff, but I had a totally different dress and shoes for the reception. because I was.
Oh yeah, I did actually take mine off halfway, like probably about three-quarters of the way through their pictures when we were in the church. And so you can tell that I stopped wearing them because
You weren't as tall.
I shortened by 3 inches. Oh God.
There was something else I was gonna say to y'all. Now I can't remember, so I guess it was a lie. Dang it.
It'll come to you
Yeah,
eventually
it'll come to me.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Well, I've missed y'all.
I
missed you
know.
too. It's good to be back and to jam. And we would like to, say that it's our jam anniversary. And, we went live for the first time on August the 4th last year. And, it's just been a wild ride ever since. So
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to many, many more.
More jamming.
Mhm.
More jamming.
Yeah. It's crazy like whenever you look back and you're just like, "Oh my God, look at everything that we've done over the past year."
Yeah. It's crazy
It's
how
pretty
it's
cool.
all like, you know, formed into what we're doing now, and we have some loyal listeners and we appreciate it, and we just, it's kind of like a dream come true because
Yeah,
we thought about it and we just made that shit happen.
we
Hmm.
did.
We did.
We did.
And we've been through struggles and everything there is under the sun in the past year, and
We're still
here,
here.
here we are. We're still here, and
Kicking and screaming.
that's right. And we're gonna keep on doing it from year 2 on.
Huffing and puffing is in Jen's world.
For real. I
Mine
did think
too.
of you though, Mel, whenever I was on oxygen. I'm like, well, good thing this isn't Mel because she wouldn't be able to be smoking or anything. I reminded Kevin, I'm like, do not light any candles.
Yeah, shoot,
Mm.
no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
All
Well, I'm
right. Well, I
glad you're
love
on the
you.
upswing, and
Thank
take
you.
care of yourself, and I'm not mad at you.
Yay.
Thank God.
Yeah. Love
Because
you,
All right.
ladies.
I would have felt like a dick for not taking it more serious.
I've been like, see, Andrea? See? See?
See?
I'd never live that down.
All right,
All right.
make sure you subscribe, follow, all of that jazz. If you're loving what you're hearing, leave us a review and let us know what your favorite part is. And if you have an idea of an episode, share that too. Hope you ladies
All
have a
right.
great day.
You
You
too.
too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.